I'm about to go over Biden's new tax proposal, plus I'm going to go over what is going to happen with the Mt. Gox possible sale tomorrow, starting tomorrow. Okay, but first, please like and subscribe. Check us down below for our CT Club where you get our trade alerts, portfolio updates, and you get to see what the heck we are doing during this accumulation phase. Yes, I said accumulation phase because I believe we are out of a bear market, but this is the time to set yourself up for the bull market. Biden just came up with a tax proposal to bring capital gains tax from 20% to 39.6% tax. Crazy that he would even think about this. But keep in mind, this has to go through the House and the Senate, right? Both the House and the Senate, if you haven't figured this out by now, is owned and bought and paid for by central banks. If you don't believe me, go check out a book called The Creature from Jekyll Island. He kind of explains who the Federal Reserve owns, why they were implanted, and so on. I'm going to go over a tweet really quick. Crazy to think that Americans once revolted over an 8.3% tea tax. Remember the Boston Tea Party? Now their government might double capital gains tax to near 40%. This is not progress, people. Like, you gotta fight back. I mean, we're not US citizens. We've seen what has happened in the past. That's why we got out, because we understood that the government in the US is out of control, can change their mind at any point, and also do outrageous things like this crazy proposal that is definitely going to make a lot more volatility in the markets because people are going to not be incentivized to hold. Interesting. Tomorrow, we have some really interesting news. Tomorrow, unemployment comes out, plus, even more importantly, in my opinion, we have the final day of the repayment structure for Mt. Gox, and those payments could potentially start tomorrow. Now, Mt. Gox's largest creditor will not sell its return Bitcoin. Yes, they said they're probably gonna hold, right? Now, back over a year ago, I talked about on this channel that I don't think these people are going to sell, or the majority of them will keep their Bitcoin. Why did I say that? Well, the people that invested in Bitcoin back in 2012, they were different than the vast majority of people that are investing now that don't understand a lick of economics, monetary policy. They don't understand anything about Bitcoin. They just want to make a quick little profit and they're going to be off on their merry way. Whereas people back in the day, they're OGs. They were maybe cypherpunks. They were people that believed in Bitcoin, believed in why it was created. No regulations, separation of money and state, no KYC, all this stuff. Now people love all their government regulations. They want Mr. Government to hold their hand every step of the way, which is really pathetic. It's like pathetic little children needing help when they're grown adults. Like, give me a break. So yes, these people are not going to sell, in my opinion, for the most part. And it's going to be a no news day, pretty much. Now, moving on to the CFTC, not the SEC, but the CFTC, okay? These are two different parts of the government, but you know, they're bought and paid for by central banks. They say stablecoins and Ethereum are going to be commodities. Okay, so a lot of people say that this CFTC is way more harsh than the SEC, you know? But what people are not saying is, like, yeah, they're essentially owned by Wall Street. Wall Street hates crypto. That's essentially why there's no Bitcoin ETF out right now, or a spot ETF, which would really protect investors, wouldn't it? Yeah, and all these crazy rules down the way that the SEC is implementing on US citizens, this is why they're owned by Wall Street and central banks, all right? That's all. So for me, I don't really care what either or says. It's just going to be interesting to see how the US government and pretty much bashes crypto as much as they can, which they are going to continue doing. If you think this is going to stop, it's not going to stop, guys. Lastly, this is crazy. A Bitcoin stablecoin. Yeah. Arthur Hayes, the co-founder of BitMEX, says he proposes a Bitcoin stablecoin called Satoshi Nakamoto dollar. Yeah, this guy's out of his mind. I don't understand why he would say this, but keep in mind, you're probably going to see this more and more. Arthur does have a way of shaking things in the space, and let's see what happens with that. Anyways, I wouldn't worry too much about this pullback that we're having right now. I am buying. I told our CT Club members earlier that I did a trade alert today and told them what coins I was buying. I am not fearful at all in this. There's a lot of people that are fearful, but that just makes me a little more bullish because you buy when there's blood in the street, and I don't really think this is blood in the street, but people are a lot weaker now compared to other bear markets, and they have a lot of PTSD. I get it, whatever. So regardless, I hit the buy signal. Anyways, hit like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.